What's going on, guys? Nemesis here. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, as you can see, I'm currently on one of my main accounts and I hit 7,500 trophies, and I didn't do it with minions poison. I did it with magic archer poison, and I'm going to break down some of the matches that I played to get here and just give you guys some general tips on how to beat the matchups I just played. So without further ado, please make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get into it. Okay, so I got a first game here against Steven, and like I said, I'm playing Magic Archer Poison because minions were just kind of like, I kept getting so many arrows, like I literally could not use minions whatsoever because every single deck that I was playing against for some reason just had arrows in it. So it's like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna go to Magic Archer for right now, and I actually got a decent push with it. And this was kind of annoying. Apparently I missed my my micro interaction right there too, which is like pretty annoying. So I was like, oh well, it is what it is. I won't let that happen again. So he's gonna go for a Pekka, and then he had a bandit opposite lane. And then at this point I thought I was kind of screwed here, but he went for minions, which is totally fine. So I'm gonna go for a Pekka in the middle right there. If he went for a battle ram, I would just kind of late ghost it or something like that, which wouldn't be too bad. In this matchup, like I say time and time again, in this matchup it's very important to win your bridge battles. That is like the main key factor, to win your bridge battles. Because if they have a counter push, that's when it gets really hard to defend against Pekkas. Like Pekka mirror matches, whoever has the counter push is generally going to get a lot of damage. So make sure you win the bridge battles. And ways to win the bridge battles is by, playing a battle ram in front of your Pekka, so your battle ram can act as a tank for your Pekka and stuff like that. Having an E-Wiz behind the Pekka as well to stun theirs, to overall just like beat their push. And also like if you could try to find a way to play on your side of the field as well, so your Princess Towers helps out as well, so that's another key factor. He's going to go for a battle ram right there, it's totally fine. I'm just going to go for an E-Wiz, and honestly, I was kind of tempted to literally like Pekka right here, but I knew that would have been a smart play because this guy's playing the minions variation, so if I just Pekka, he would just go minions and just completely destroy me at that point, because that means I wouldn't even have a Pekka in rotation afterwards. So yeah, I was like, nope, no Pekka right now. I'm just going to kind of react to what he's playing. I'm going to go for a bandit in the back in response to his Royal Ghost. And I think, okay, so he's going to go for a bandit in the back. Well, I'm going to go for a Magic Archer right there because he used his poison. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to go for a Pekka in the back just to respond to his. And at this point in time, since I have like a free Magic Archer essentially, I'm going to take advantage of this like crazy right now. And I'm just going to spam him. And he has poison. He can't just nuke everything with the fireball. So yeah, this is a really good push on my end. I think I go for Electro Wizard off to the side right there just to DPS down those minions and to win the bridge battle right there. And yeah, so far so good. I really like the way this game is coming now. I'm playing super well right now. And people ask, like, what has matchup, like Pekka Minions or Pekka Magic Archer? I personally think Pekka Minions has matchup in single elixir because you can get a lot of value with the minions in single elixir, but when it comes to double elixir, I think it's about even, to be honest, because minions don't get as much value because you can cycle more magic archers and stuff like that. I go for a magic archer right there because I know he has a poison. He doesn't have a fireball, so if you wanted a poison, this magic archer is still going to do a ton of damage. And look at these bars on the right hand side, and that's going to be game number one. So yeah, that is how I like to take care of that matchup. Let's just kind of ride this out, and yeah, right there. That's going to be game number one. Let's go ahead and jump to game number two. Okay, so we got our next game here against Mix. He's going to be playing this double barrel deck, I'm pretty sure. It's like double barrel. It's very annoying. He has Golden Knight as well, because obviously Golden Knight's pretty strong. But in this matchup, Magic Archer is definitely a lot better because obviously, like, you can't just Royal Delivery a Magic Archer if it's on your side and stuff like that. And you could just snipe Inferno Towers as well. Just things like that is pretty solid. I'm going to go for a Pekka in the back in response to that Golden Knight. I'm going to go for a Magic Archer as well in response to that Skeleton Barrel. So we have a pretty decent push coming down the lane. And he's going to go for the Inferno Tower. So my thought process right here was like, my Magic Archer is going to snipe this a little bit. And I'm going to wait a little bit as well until that Inferno Tower is kind of like going away. And then, since he doesn't have the greatest of answers, I'm just going to kind of spam him like crazy right now. He doesn't have a delivery, so he can't just like nuke my push. So yeah, I go for a battle ram. I go for a bandit as well. And I go for a zap. And the reason why I go for a bandit all the way over there is because if you wanted to play like a Golden Knight on top of my battle ram plus ghost, my bandit will at least get a dash off. And this was really aggressive on his end. He also goes for the ability, which was super strange because it was already at 1 HP and I could just E-Wiz on top of everything. And he's going to go for a really late Royal delivery as well. So I know I'm definitely up in Elixir. And this is a really cool play because like when I was like playing this match, I knew I didn't have Zap and he had Skeleton Army. So I did like a preemptive Magic Archer for his Skeleton Army because yeah, I think it was just a good play. He knew I didn't have Zap, so he probably thought I wasn't gonna like do anything with it, but I just preemptively played it. I just kind of spam him because obviously he's super low in Elixir, and yeah, that's gonna be towered down essentially. And I think over here he does like a really crazy like push. Right here, I think yeah. So he saves up a lot of Elixir right here, and I think he does like a double barrel push. I'm pretty sure like right here. Yeah, so it goes, yeah, there it is, the Golden Knight double barrel. So I'm going to kite that thing. I'm going to go for an E-Wiz right there. And then at this point in time, I'm just going to go for a Zap on top of the Skeleton Barrel. Immediately just go for a low Magic Archer. And he's kind of selling out right here, which is super nice for me. So I'm just going to go Royal Ghost up high. Let the Magic Archer take care of that Goblin Barrel and just kind of spam him. And then this is where he basically gives up because he knows there's really nothing he could do at this point. So like I say, against any bait decks, it's really important to counter cycle, try to get a good damage lead, and try not to take a lot of damage. So yeah, that is going to be game number 2. Let's go ahead and obviously just cut to the next one. Okay, so we got our next game here against Derek. He's going to be playing lavaloon with Barbs. So I'm going to show you how to take care of this matchup, you know, with the Magic Archer Poison variation. Honestly, I think Magic Archer might be better against Lava Hound as opposed to Minions, just due to the fact that Magic Archer is like a really nice ranged unit. So like if you want to play like a balloon or minions on top of a balloon, they will just fireball it. Obviously they could fireball the Magic Archer, but let's say you have like an E-Wiz already on the balloon. E-Wiz isn't going to obviously kill a balloon plus a Lava Hound. So if you want to play minions on top of it, your E-Wiz and minions are going to be right next to each other, giving them a lot of spell value. But if you have a Magic Archer, they kind of had to pick one or the other because obviously the Magic Archer could have a lot of distance away from the E-Wiz. So I think Magic Archer is a little bit better. I go for that Pekka right there because I knew his Tombstone was out of cycle. And yeah, so I'm just kind of forcing out Elixir. It's pretty important to play aggressive when they play aggressive. So E-Wiz right there. I always E-Wiz the corners as well. E-Wizzing the corners is really important, and this is what I'm talking about. I go for a Magic Archer all the way over here, so we can like spell both of them. But if I were to have minions, like what would I do there? You know, play minions on the balloon and give them a lot of spell value. So like that's what I'm talking about. Like Magic Archer, I think is probably better in this against this lava deck or just lavaloon in general. I go for a Bandit right here as well, just to kind of keep up the pressure and cycle back to my other air cards. And he goes for a Tombstone, but look at my Magic Archer. It's not getting locked on for the moment. And my Magic Archer, I believe, will take his tower right here, which is super nice. Really good lead for us. I think it gets a little chaotic around the end. I'm not too sure, but I'm pretty sure it does. Let me see what I do here. I think I go for a Battle Ram, hoping to predict him playing like a Lava Hound. But I don't think it worked. Like, yeah, he just played Skeleton Dragons. I was like, alright, whatever. I didn't want to cycle my E-Wiz right here, because if I cycled my Electro Wizard, he would just lava, and I wouldn't have a solid answer for his lava push. So I just Pekka instead, knowing he didn't even have a Tombstone in rotation, so he's going to have to defend this with like something else that he probably doesn't even want to defend it with. So yeah, I go for E-Wiz in the corner right there. Let's see what he wants to do here. So yeah, so he goes for a Balloon. I was like, there's really, I can defend this push, but I'm obviously going to take a little bit of damage. So I think I go for a Poison. Yeah, I go for Poison. I go for Magic Archer down low like that, and I go for another E-Wiz. I probably honestly didn't even need to play the E-Wiz. I think I could have just saved it for his next balloon push, like coming up right now. Because if I did that, I probably could have had my left-hand tower like saved. So, because like I would just Battle Ram kind of just like this, and I would kind of E-Wiz all the way off to the left, so like the Barbarians won't lock onto my Electro Wizard. I take a Poison right there because my thought process now is that he only has like 2 ground cards, so I'm trying to like just take those Tombstones off the board so I could just quickly cycle to like Bandits and Ghosts at the pocket and just kind of force more Elixir out of him, just like this. Oh my gosh, I'm talking so fast. But yeah, I go for Magic Archer right here, and I think it's a pretty solid play. I always play the Magic Archers kind of right there just in case he wants to go for a Balloon on my King Tower or my Princess Tower. So yeah, I can go for Battle Ram in the back if he wants to play a Tombstone. Like I said, I'm just taking the Poison on them now, because if I don't poison those Tombstones, it's essentially like I cannot push for that duration. I don't know how long a Tombstone stays on the map. I forgot how long, but let's just say it stays on the map for like 30 seconds. Correct me on that if I'm wrong, but if it stays on the map for 30 seconds, I essentially can't push that lane for 30 seconds because the Tombstone is just going to be overpowering my troops. So that's why I always poison them. I wouldn't poison them all the time, but for this specific scenario, it's actually pretty important. And then I think Battle Ram just does take the tower right there. So really well played right there, and let's go for one more game. Okay, so we've got our final game here against Prince. He's going to be playing Royal Giants, and I know a lot of you guys want to know how to play against Royal Giants. So yeah, here it goes. I think I cycle, like, what does I cycle in the back? Probably like a Royal Ghost, like, best play I could cycle right now. Just a Royal Ghost in the back. He played Royal Ghost as well, so I didn't know exactly what he was still. I think I play like maybe a Magic Archer on top of this thing. Yeah, so I'll play a Magic Archer on top of this thing. Seeing what this guy wants to do. He's Electric Spear, so I immediately knew he was Royal Giant at that point. Actually, I didn't. I thought he could have been Mega Knight. Does that deck even run Ghost? I don't know if it does, but I could have thought it would ran Ghost as well. But yeah, I could be wrong, honestly. But it was either that deck or Royal Giant, so at this point, I'll just play Battle in the back. I'm going to wait a little bit, because if I play my Pekka immediately, the Fisherman would just, take my Pekka away. So I kind of waited a little bit. At this point in time, we have a decent little push coming down the lane. And, yeah, there goes. Battle Ram will make a connection, and the Barbs will do a ton of damage right here. It's really important in this matchup that you need to play really aggressively, but not too aggressively to the point where, like, he's just completely defending you perfectly and just getting a nice counter push. If you're gonna make a push in this matchup, you want to make sure that their troops die, because if you don't, if they have like a healthy Fisherman and like a healthy Hunter, this guy's not playing the Hunter variation, but if he has a healthy Hunter, healthy Fisherman, when you're trying to push and your push doesn't go well, he's gonna RG in front of that, and you're gonna be kind of screwed, to be honest. He's gonna go for a Royal Ghost right there, plus an Electric Spirit. I potentially could have zapped right there to hopefully get a connection. So yeah, I probably could have done that, honestly. That would have been really nice. And I have a really big Elixir advantage right here. I don't even know if I like take it or not. I think I do actually take my Elixir advantage. I cycle a Ghost, I'm pretty sure, in the back. The reason why I didn't cycle a Pekka is because he has a Queen. So like if I cycle my Pekka in the back first, he would just play a Queen in the back. So I just play my Ghost first and then the Pekka. So like, yeah, so this is the Queen in the back, and I believe right here I actually take a poison, and I do this little method. I'm almost certain I do this method right here. So I go for a poison, and immediately I'm gonna play a Bandit in front of this. So like, doing that play, they need to have like perfect reaction time in order to pop the Queen ability. If they don't, their Queen just auto dies like that. So it's a really nice play. I go for a Royal Ghost in the back, and I immediately take a poison because it's a pretty good poison. And I kind of mess up here, to be honest. Like, I play my Bandit over here, and I was trying to get a dash on top of the RG, but I misplaced it. And I play my Ewiz right there. I thought he was going to, like, lightning my Ewiz plus Ghost, which I think would have been the better play, to be honest. But it's totally fine. And he does a pretty cool play right here, too. Like, he does the Mother Witch, and I could have won the game if I just Pekka the Pig. But it didn't even matter at this point. Like, this guy, he had to lightning my tower. So I'm just going to outright spam him. And this is basically, it's going to be his game right here. Yeah, there's nothing he can do about it. He used way too much elixir on top of my tower. And I'm just going to completely spam him. And yeah, that is going to be game. And that's how I like to take care of that matchup. And, yeah, 7,500 trophies right there. Let me know how you guys' season is going as well. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll do more videos in the future.